Hello friends, in today's session for consumer behavior, we are going to study in depth the buying decision process, which is related to consumer behavior. I am Professor Asazani from IMS Ghaziabad University Courses Campus. Marketers must understand every aspect of consumers' action. Smart companies try to fulfill and understand consumers' buying decision process as all their experiences in learning, choosing, using, and even disposing of the product. There are 5 stages model. Thus, a 5-stage model of buying decision process reflects on the screen. Here the process starts long before the actual purchase. The actual purchase action and has consequences long afterwards. So, the 5 steps in buying decision process are problem recognition, information search, evaluation of alternatives, purchase decisions, and post-purchase evaluation. So, let's discuss all the 5 steps in greater detail. The first step is of problem recognition. The buyer recognizes a problem or a need. This can be triggered by internal or external stimuli. With an internal stimuli, a person's normal needs like hunger, thirst, shelter, etc. across a threshold level and becomes a drive. Need can also be arised by an external stimulus. Thus, the marketers have to develop strategies that trigger consumers' interest and identify circumstances that trigger a particular need. This is extremely important for discretionary purchases, for example, holiday packages, luxury goods, etc. The second step in the buying decision process is information search. An aroused customer is inclined to search for more information. Conceptually, there are 2 levels of arousal that are noticed by marketers, that are noticed in consumers. The first is heightened attention. Milder search rate, a person, this is classified by heightened attention. This type of a search is associated with milder search, and a person is simply more receptive to product information. The second type of search is active information search. It is next higher level, and consumer looks for more information and hence calls up his friends, goes online, visits stores for product information. Marketers should be concerned about major information sources for the consumers and their relative importance on the purchase decision. For example, the four aspects the 4 sources from where the consumer can gather information can be: the first is personal sources, entailing family members, friends, neighbors, relatives, and so on. The second one is commercial references or sources, which deals with salespersons, dealers, packaging, displays, advertising websites, etc. Third is public sources, which relates to mass media, consumer rating organizations, and so on. And the last is experiential sources. Example, handling, examining, using the product itself, and so on. By gathering information, the consumer learns about competing brands and their features, that is, the total sets of brands that is available in the market. The consumers to know about a subset of these brands known as evoked or awareness set. The consumers come to know about a subset of these brands known as evoked on awareness set. Out of these, those meeting the initial buying criteria shall appear in the consideration set. As more information is gathered, Very few remain as contenders in the choice set. The final decision is made from this set. Therefore, the company must get its brands into the consideration or the evoke set. Every brand in the consumer's choice set chooses appropriate appeals to finally win the consumer. The third step in the buying decision process is evaluation of alternatives. The consumer collects competitive brands information and makes a final choice in his or her own way. The current theories see that whole process as cognitive, and the consumers form judgment on a conscious and a rational basis. The cognitive steps in the evaluation processes are: number one, the consumer is trying to satisfy a need. Secondly, the consumer is looking for certain benefits or obtain solutions to his problem. The third can be the consumers see each brand as a bundle of attributes for delivering the benefits sought to satisfy the needs and pay most attention to those attributes that deliver the sought after benefits. Thus, the model for the competition and own brands, a marketer can do one of the following or one of the stated or discussed things. First is real repositioning, that is redesigning the product. Second is psychological repositioning, that is an attempt to change the beliefs about the brand. Third is competitive depositioning, which is changed beliefs about competitors' brand. This makes sense only when buyers believe that it has more quality than it actually has. Third, fourth is Fourth is persuade buyers. This process is attached to more weight to those attributes in which the brand excels. Next is draw attention to the neglected attributes of your brand in the eyes of your consumers. And the last is persuade buyers to change their ideal levels in one or more attributes. Coming to the next and the fourth step of buying decision process is the purchase decision itself. In the previous stages as discussed, other than forming preferences for the most of the preferred brands, the consumers may also form an intention to buy it as well. 5 sub-decisions typically taken in executing a purchase decision are: number 1, the brand; second, the dealer; third, quantity; fourth, timing; and the fifth is the mode of the payment. However, everyday purchase decisions do not involve all these decisions or sub-decisions. The last step in the buying decision process is post-purchase behavior. The consumers may notice several defects or inadequacies in the product after purchasing it, or they may hear about the positive attributes of other brands. Thus, the marketer's job does not end with the purchase action. They must monitor post-purchase satisfaction, action product uses, and then communicate certain beliefs and evaluation that reinforce the customer's choice and help him or her feel good about the brand they have selected. So this was all about the buying decision process in consumer behavior.